I did. Thanks, Bill. Bye.
How about now?
Yes.
Everyone in favor, starting with Councilman Harris? You went to go make copies. Okay, meeting called to order. Please rise for a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing just for a moment of silence in respect for our first responders, our police officers, our firefighters, EMS, anyone that puts themselves in harm's way to protect us. Thank you. And our military personnel. Okay, can we have an open Public Meetings Act statement, please?
In compliance with the provisions of Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of New Jersey of 1975, adequate notice of this meeting was given by publishing a notice in the December 2024 edition of the Trends. This notice was also placed on the Kinnelon Borough website and sent to the North Jersey Herald News, the Record, and posted on the Municipal Building Bulletin Board.
Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Maybe?
Here.
Councilman Cherto?
Here.
Councilman Harris?
Here.
Councilwoman Frank? Here. Councilman Reckler?
Here.
Councilman Lewis?
Here.
Okay, thank you. The mayor's report, I'm going to give it to Jennifer to come on up, our CFO, and also Paul Lurch, our auditor, and they're going to give us a quick view of our budget and answer any questions. Good evening.
How are you?
Very good. I know Jen has a date with her mom tonight that she cannot break, so I wanted to bring her up first because family first, right, Jen?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Just give me 1 second. And I'll be pretty brief, and obviously if anybody has any questions, by all means, just stop me. We could go into any particular item you'd like to talk about, and of course Jen is here, and Jen knows the budget better than I do, and she certainly will be able to address any more of the detailed comments or questions you might have. Okay, so let me just start out by letting everyone know about the results of 2024. I think that's important. I think that, and the public should understand the fact that when you look at 2024 and the results and what happened, what kind of year did Kinnelon have? Kinnelon had a very successful year financially in 2024. And when I say that, and again, I'll just be brief about it, not get into the crazy details, but when you look at fund balance, right? So what happened in fund balance? Fund balance went from $4.8 million to over $5.6 million. And it's trending up. And when I look over the last 5 years, that's the highest the surplus has been in the last 5 years. And that's really indicative of good management, budgeting well, going through the proper procedures. Collection rate is terrific. You're over 99% on the collection rate. All of these factors are what develops and creates surplus. The fact that you're budgeting the appropriate amounts, we're not under budgeting, we're not having emergencies and deferred charges. When you look at your balance sheet, it's very clean, and not everyone is very clean, which is terrific, and that's really what you want to see. So like when I go back to 2020, the surplus was only $2.3 million. So, which is good. So now we're at $2.6 million. What's appropriated in the budget, what did we use as part of the operating budget going forward in 2025? We used roughly, I'm going to say 2.5 million. But from a percentage standpoint, how much did we utilize? What percentage of the budget or surplus have we been utilizing? The 2025 budget is, again, a 5-year low. So we're utilizing roughly 44% of that balance. You go back 5 years ago, it was over 62% of the balance, okay? So obviously, when you look at the financial component with respect to surplus and budgeting, we're obviously trending in the correct direction here. I'd be a little nervous if we were looking at surplus numbers trending down, we were too aggressive. You know, are we going to have undue pressure being put on us going forward in 2025 and 2026? Because honestly, you really want to look at this at a multiple year look forward. So I feel comfortable. We haven't done an audit yet. We're actually here doing our first audit right now. So I don't really know. I can't speak to that, but I'm certainly not expecting anything that's going to alarm me going forward. So that's kind of a recap of how you got to where we are, and that's very important because that's going to dictate how we are when we go forward and what are we going to be able to do and utilize as far as surplus. You know, as far as the overall picture, I think you all know it probably better than me. You know, the tax rate is going up less than 2%, you know, and I think that everyone can appreciate that what the average increase on an average house is, again, less than 2%. It's around $60, $62, $64, depending upon how the percentages break out. I can tell you that, you know, I'm not going to tell you anything new with this particular comment, but we all know cost of living has been much larger than 2%. You know, we've all gone through since COVID. You know, we've been averaging, I think if you look over that last 4 or 5 years, it's probably somewhere realistically around 4%, maybe a shade under. So what's happening is that, you know, you're being able to, and you are holding the line as far as, you know, what you're proposing to put forward on the municipal tax increase. And it's important to everyone to understand, especially people that are listening in, that you only control your share, your municipal share, which is, again, probably, you know, it's a small piece. It's not the smallest piece. I'm assuming the county is the smallest piece, but it is a very small piece of the total tax bill that goes out to the taxpayer. So, you know, again, from a budget perspective, you know, the overall effect is low. I can tell you that from a professional perspective, what am I seeing this year? I've got budget increases that some have exceeded $300 on an average home. I kind of keep track of my own clients and which one I have here, and there's certainly some in here that I've got 260, 270, 235, 269, 215. Matter of fact, there might be one of the individual towns that I represent that actually has less, but they're a unique situation. Without getting into great details, they sold the water utility. They had a tremendous influx in cash. Again, I think it's a different and a unique situation. So when I look at where you are compared to the other 8 or 9 that I'm looking at, I mean, you're tremendously low. So I think you're doing a terrific job overall, keeping the tax rate down. I think that you know, the governing body should be very proud of what you're presenting. From, you know, what do I see as far as increases, and we all know, and I'm sure you're aware of it. You know, the major increases, of course, are going to be on the police side. That's typically your biggest component of the budget. That's not a surprise. You know, insurances seems to be a larger component as well. And then you just have your everyday salaries and wage increases. You know, and you may give out 2 or 3% increase on a salary guide or a contract, but it's important to realize that it's never 2% if on paper it's 2%, right? Because of the steps, and as people matriculate through the steps and you have those increases, you know, 2% typically translates into 4, 3% could translate into a 6% or a 5% increase on the overall cost. So you're doing a great job as far as that. I don't really see anything here that's fluctuating tremendously that I would be concerned about. You know, the one thing is we had a decrease in the debt service component, but I think going forward you should be in good standing. So I don't want to continue. I know Jen has to leave. If anybody has any questions or comments, I'm here, and Jen's here, of course.
Jen, do you have anything to add?
No, I
Sick
told
of
Paul he
hearing about the
could speak,
budget?
and if there was anything, Kinnelon related that I could explain, then I'm here.
Well, I know you have a full family, you're going to school, you're our CFO, and you're running our budget, so thank you for all your hard work, and I see the work that you put into this budget, and I do appreciate it, so thank you.
Thank you for your support.
I guess I just want to add one other thing as to the stability of the community, relating back to the previous year, '24. The other thing that you do have, and you should be aware of this, not every community has these monies set aside, the reserves. So you have money set aside in reserve for tax appeals, for future appeals, $600,000. You have money set aside for storm-related expenses in the trust fund of $505,000, okay? These are rainy day type funds that you have. You also have $831,000 for reserve for compensatory payments as people leave and if they're due sick and vacation, those kind of payments. So, these are wonderful things to have because in essence, we know we're building the budgets appropriately, but you do have rainy day funds as well. So again, I think kudos to everybody else who's involved.
This council does not like surprises.
I don't either.
No. All right, I'll bring it back to the council. I wanted to just pull up the old business first and do the ordinance and everything for the budget. If you want to discuss it first, or do you want me to introduce the budget first and then we could talk? So I'll start with ordinance 8, 2025. Calendar year 2025 is an ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limit, the cap, by 1%, and to establish a capped bank. This ordinance was introduced last at our meeting held on April 17, 2025. The proper notice was published as required by law. A copy was posted on the municipal bulletin board, and additional copies were made available to the public. This meeting is now open to anyone who would like to speak on ordinance 8-2025. This is the cap where we're saying that we're going to go over 1% of the 2%, correct?
That's a yes and a no answer. Yeah, no, it's not. So there's two caps involved in the state of New Jersey budgeting side. This is a spending cap. The initial spending cap is set by the department, DLG, and that tells you how much you can spend or increase on your spending side. There are certain things that are inside and certain things that are outside the cap, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that they set the limit at, this year it was set at 2.5%. By statute, you can always go to 3.5%. And so what you're doing here is you're just saying that we're allowing ourselves, we're not necessarily saying we're using it, but we're allowing ourselves to go to the maximum, which
Flexibility.
Yeah, and a flexibility. And I can tell you that every single community that I represent does it. It's just an automatic. I don't know of any that wouldn't do it. There's no harm, no foul.
It's not, but it's not the budget vote. The next one is the budget vote.
Correct.
And
So-
can I just ask a question, Mayor?
Yep.
And we're able to bank that. If we don't use it, we're able to bank that?
Correct, and that's what you've been doing too. And, so yes.
Okay, would anybody from the public like to talk about the exciting cap bank? Anyone? Okay. I'll now close the meeting to the public, bring it back to the dais. Does anyone on the council wish to speak at this time? Okay, hearing none, I have a motion to adopt ordinance 8-2025.
Take a motion.
I need a second. Second up here. I need a roll call, please.
Councilman Navy?
Yes.
Councilman Trudeau?
Yes.
Councilman Harris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Frank?
Yes.
Councilman Redwood?
No.
Councilman Lewis?
No.
Okay, so that has passed. Just the resolution. All right, now we're going to move on to the next one is the resolution 5.01.2025. It's the adoption of the 2025 Kinnelon municipal budget. Be it resolved that the following statement of revenues and appropriations, appropriations attached hereto constitutes the local budget of the Borough of Kinnelon, Morris County, New Jersey for the year of 2025. Be it further resolved that the said 2025 municipal Kinnelon municipal budget was adopted at the mayor and council regular meeting held on May 15, 2025. So are we going to do comments now?
Motion to second.
All right, so I need a motion.
Motion. Second.
I need a second. Got it, Sean? So now we can add comments. Does anybody on the council like to make a comment at this point? Okay,
I'll make a quick comment, Mayor. As the longest-serving council representative on the council at this time, one of the things when I first got elected and dove into, and I have to give Charlie Daniels a lot of credit because he took the time to really kind of educate me to the thought process and where we had been in previous years. And I think the mayor understands this because he's served the community for so long. So what I'm gonna say, I think he can resonate to, is that so many things were looked at in different ways. And so many cans were kicked down the road. And of the thought process of, obviously, a very wise and admirable thought process of keeping taxes as low as possible, especially on the municipal side, because we only control such a small portion. And I agree with it, and it's admirable, but we're dealing with things now from infrastructure, drainage, so many different things that could have been done and dealt with years ago just by budgeting a little bit more sensibly and spending so much less money. Paving, some of these roads, if I spend $300,000 to pave today, I probably would have spent $160 back when you should have been budgeting for it. So me personally, I'm very happy and proud. I think Jen's done a great job. We appreciate our auditor. I'm very satisfied and I'm very happy to vote yes on this budget, because I think ultimately, by the time this is all done, and one of my goals, when I walk away from being a councilman, I don't want to leave the next people who come in to take my spot with the same problems that I've found and have to deal with on a daily basis that could have been dealt with. We're trying to do this in a responsible manner, trying to do good things for the borough, make it a great community to live in. And ultimately, the things we're doing today are going to save our residents money in the future. And that's the goal. You have to make the investment today to recognize the savings in the future. And that's really all I've got to say, Mayor.
okay, thank you. Anybody else? Councilman Lewis?
Yeah. As far as the budget, I want to let the residents know that I'm going to be voting no on the budget this evening. Because I didn't get elected to raise your taxes, and I saw an opportunity this year to at least hold the line on taxes. And I brought up a few items I thought we could do without, but I believe the current council feels that small sustained increases are the way to maintain services. And, you know, that may be true, and we've done a great job with the budget. You heard the gentleman here say all things, but we're this close to breaking in the top 30 in New Jersey for the highest town taxes. We're like 1 or 2 out of 30. So I think at some point, you know, we, especially with a year like this, where I thought we could hold the line. So that's why I'll be voting no. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Anyone else from the council like to be heard? Okay, Councilman Cherto offered a motion to adopt the foregoing resolution. The motion was seconded by Councilman Maybe. Can I have a roll call?
Councilman Maybe?
Oh, do we open it? Do we open the public?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I apologize. We did not. All right, it's open to the public. Anybody from the public like to be heard? Come on up and be heard. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I need roll call, please.
Councilman Maybe?
Yes.
Councilman
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes.
Councilman Harris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Frank.
Yes.
Councilman Lewis.
No.
Councilman Webster.
Reckler,
Reckler.
no.
Okay, it's 4-2, so it passes, gentlemen. Let's have a great year, keep working hard together. Thank you. No, thank you guys for coming, we
Thank you,
appreciate it.
everyone.
Jen, tell Mom
Have
we
a great
said
day.
hi. She's back there. Oh, hi, Mom. Have a great time together, Jen.
Thank you.
Enjoy. And get her a drink, she needs it, okay? Jen.
Thank you, Tim.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right, so we're on the committee reports, or do we want to go to the public? You know what, I could change it, I'm going to the public. I know there's a lot of you guys here, so I wanted you to come up and be heard, and we'll go that route, and we'll go back to the public after their reports. They can't go anywhere, you guys can go home if you need to. So, come on up, Joe.
Joseph B. Gora, 4 Dogwood Trail. Actually, I didn't come here to say this, but I want to shockingly agree with Councilman Maybe. As a matter of just values, I don't like to kick the can down the road. I like to attend to problems as they come and try to forecast problems so that they don't come at all. We've had a recurring problem on Dogwood Trail with flooding. We know that the rains are getting worse. You're going to have a worse problem if it doesn't get attended to now. I brought it to the town's attention when they were, excuse me, when they were repaving Basin Lakes Road. I saw the engineers and I said, oh my gosh, you know, I hope they caught this. Because I think we need a sewer there. We need to tie in some of the water that's on Dogwood Trail.
Is that by Philippe's house, is that what you're talking about?
No, that's a separate problem.
Oh, okay.
This is on the corner.
A lot of the water problem.
Yeah.
Number one is the sizing of the pipe in the catch basin.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is groundwater. The
Yeah, it
groundwater
is.
there is astronomical, and in the heavier rain periods, obviously it creates a larger problem.
Yeah. But we need the water to go somewhere, so just
You
pools,
gotta have a place for it to go.
including my driveway. But more than that, I'm concerned about the water in the street because I know it does ice up. I think the town, the DPW's done a really good job watching that for icing. But there's one day when they're not going to be there in time. And I've gotten into the habit now, if I feel it's going to be icy and I'm on the road, I don't turn at that corner. I go to Elm and come around the block because I don't want to be on a hill, you know, heading down. That's a blind spot to begin with, so nobody behind me knows I'm there, and trying to slow down enough to get through that corner. So I think it's just something that's got to be looked at, and I don't want you to waste a lot of money. That's why I was hoping it could be done before the paving. So I don't know what to do, but it is a problem that's going to get worse. That's all.
The advice I'll give you is the guy sitting right there in the front row. He's our new town manager, so he's already wrote it down, so I saw him type it away, so he'll definitely get it. I'm sure he'll get it.
We just need more drains there, you know. And I noticed, I was taking a walk in East Lake, boy, there are a lot of drains here, and they're doing a darn good job there. So I said, wow. It sounded like a waterfall all around me, because I'm hearing, I'm hearing water go under, you know. I said, why don't we have that in Westlake?
Yes.
So, okay, that's it.
Okay, your bench came in, right, correct, or?
Yes, we have your bench.
Your bench came in that you donated?
Yeah, where is it?
I was gonna ask Karen that same question. Karen, where is it?
For the DPW to
Okay.
pour the concrete slab, and then
There is going to be concrete,
Yes, and
okay.
then we're gonna bolt it into the slab.
Nice.
And we put donated by on the bench, because they were afraid if you put a little sign, it might disappear.
Yeah.
Nothing to
Well,
worry.
there was some damage, I noticed today, because I drove in there. Someone in town had found some discarded bench and had chained it to the nearby tree. It had also done either a lot of nailing or screwing
Yeah,
into stuff.
Cut that.
Well, all of that was taken off and the bench is gone. This was a makeshift bench, but they damaged the tree a lot. So you might keep that in mind. It might not.
You're gonna be bolted to the ground, not the tree, so.
That's good. Well, whoever did that, it was, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, but that was wise.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Joe,
I have some.
see it? Yeah. If I throw it up.
Ed Morba, Tintle Road. So I've been coming to these council meetings for quite a long time, and as an observation, we had a vote for a budget today. And for the first time that I can remember, there was a no vote. There were 2 no votes, Bob Lewis and Ron Reckler. And I have to say, I am watching democracy at work. And when I see 2 people independently think that they voted against the budget because of their conscience, and the people that voted for it, that's their conscience, and that's fine. But to me, when somebody votes no in the democracy in this country, it's a good thing.
Thanks.
Okay, come on up. Sure.
Okay. My name is Lenore Mertz. I live on Hornbeam Lane in Smoke Rise.
My name is Dina Roslin. I live on Clearwater Drive.
Okay. I've lived in Kinnelon for 38 years. Oh, sorry. I've lived in Kinnelon for 38 years. I've invited my friends, some of my friends, to come tonight from Smoke Rise, from the estates, from Faison Lakes and other areas in Kinnelon. We would like a dog park. We have 13 dogs that we walk on leashes at the park every day, and we can't let them off the leash. We have no place, they want to play, there's no place for them. I heard about this other group, Open Space, and we really would like to find out more about it. I got in touch with somebody on the committee, and we want to be supportive, and at the same time, we would reach out to you if there's something we can do to move it forward. So I heard there's some land in this area that we might be able to have. So we'd like to know about that, and where is it going? I mean, what can we do to get it to go forward? And there's enough of us. I mean, we could bring more people. We just feel that this is important to us. And for something for the community, every town has a dog park. I mean, some towns have 3 dog parks. We have nothing. So that's where I am. I haven't done this before, so I'm a little embarrassed.
And I just want to say, and for the record, we're not asking for anything fancy with like fountains and this and that. We just want a space that's designated for dogs where, you know, people can go and they can run free.
Right.
And there is no place anywhere close by anyway.
And we have dogs that range from Shih Tzus to Leon Burgers, and they all know each other, and they all like, and they get along. So it's not like we have to worry about fighting. We pick up after our dogs every day, so, you know.
And also, unlike other pets, dogs, they need to go out and walk. It's not like a cat or a fish. So, you know, to constantly have them tethered on the leash where they can't run free and play somewhere safe is pretty disappointing, you know, especially in a town like this where we have a lot of space that just a portion can be used for dogs and the dog community.
If I could, we are in the process, I don't know if you've been following, but the council has set forth with an engineering firm to analyze and look at all of our recreational facilities. We had our workshop in April, them come in and present our properties. One of the topics was dog park. What this all comes down to is location, what can be done, what can't be done, and obviously financial component. So as you're speaking on this topic, it is something that this council is looking at. Our borough administrator is working with the council right now to set up another meeting with the engineering firm to look at that stuff. So it's not something that's being ignored. It's just a matter of where we can put it, what works, and what can we afford. So it is something that's being looked at.
For how long? I mean, are we looking at it where are you
can't.
projecting like a year where?
I reached out to Neglia that did this whole book on
Yeah.
all of our rec facilities and how we can maximize everything we own. And I have a Shih Tzu, and every night I go home to her, she's upset that I still don't have a dog park. But but this is the borough field that you see behind us.
Right.
This is our DPW. Everybody, you probably can't see it, but this is where you would bring your brush and your cardboard and all that stuff in there. They said the dog park should go here, which is inside of the DPW parking lot where you bring your cardboard and all that stuff. And since day one, I've been adamant about putting it here, which is here's the entrance to the DPW off of Kinnelon Road. If you're gonna
Right.
make a left, there's plenty of land there. So I said to the guy from Neglia, I said, I need one political favor. I've been 20 years in politics. I want the dog park to fit there and work there. And that was my conversation with him 2 weeks ago. So next time he shows up, he's going to have the dog park there with a figure for us, just the dog park. Because I think us dog people can probably pull this off by ourselves and don't wait for these guys because they take too long to do anything.
And we're very good at fundraising,
So there
remember
is-
that.
So that is my dog park. You would park in the borough parking lot. We'll have a path going down to the dog park, and there'll be a line of trees. There's even a pump there into a natural spring that gives us water. So I mean, it works there. So my job is to convince them that it works there, and then I will come to you. I mean, they have to worry about this whole project. We're gonna, as a group, and my dog Brooklyn, we're gonna worry about dog park. So
Okay.
we will have just dog park
Otherwise,
numbers for us.
Brooklyn's gonna be very upset.
She will, she just said to me yesterday, I'm 11 years old, I don't have much time. So I will get it done for her and everyone else, and I think you're right, it's great for a town.
Right.
So Mayor, let me jump in because I chatted with these folks earlier. Open space, they have a committee, Jessica Zellman runs it. I think the next meeting is September, and we had a meeting this week, and the dog park was high on their list. So I think there's already movement. If you guys can get with them because they're looking for some support. I think there's a bigger, I think there's a bigger need, or people want a dog park in this town, just by you guys showing up tonight and them speaking about it on Monday night. So, yeah, keep lobbying is one of the things you gotta keep doing, is showing up here, because that's real important.
Okay, so I have to show up once a month here.
We have 2 meetings a month, so it's close enough.
Oh, yeah.
No, you have my email, just contact me and say, Jim, did you get it yet? Did you get it yet? And that's all you gotta do.
Okay.
And as soon as I get it, I'll show it to you guys, and you could be our new dog park committee, and let's get this done, because I
Okay.
agree, and I think we can, like you said, we can fundraise and get it done quicker than, these guys take too long.
Right. Your children, right? And your son
Yeah.
going to work?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
He's fundraising.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right, does anybody else in the public want to be heard? Okay, we're just gonna close it to the public and go to our committee reports. Don't think you'll be upsetting us if you leave, it's not a problem, but we'll be here. But we're gonna start with Public Works and Utilities, which is Councilman Maybe.
Thank you, Mayor. Did a meeting with Joe Niozzi today. I just want to make note again, the week of May 19th through 23rd is DPW Appreciation Week. It's really just, and I know we've already done a proclamation, just to send a shout out to our DPW, appreciating them for all their hard work and everything they do. Friday, May 23rd, and this is an invite to the entire community. We're inviting everybody to come out and have a hamburger and hot dog, a drink of water and soda with our DPW crew. We're going to do it over at the DPW facility. All the food and condiments and drinks are all being donated. It's just a community pride thing to come out and really kind of see what the DPW does for the community and all the guys that make it happen. So that's going to happen on Friday, May 23rd. Joe and I have walked around the facility. We're going to be paving in about 2 weeks on the municipal lot. We've got the concrete contractor coming in. We've removed the bollards to make it easier to add more parking and also easier to maintain during the winter months with plowing. We're going to open up a couple different areas. Also, I'm going to be meeting with Joe tomorrow to take a look at the East Lake drainage area. At our workshop, we had Tom Barati come in and kind of give us a synopsis of what a full design would look like and what cost would be. We're in the process of looking at what can we do to help our residents out and also try to save money. Barry Costanza had come into our meeting, who's a local resident who has a lot of engineering and construction background. He had made a suggestion to me, and Joe and I are going to be following up on that tomorrow afternoon. Water meters on utilities keep progressing, and that's pretty much it for me.
Okay, thank you, Sean. All right, we'll move on to, well, we'll start by saying thank you to our finance committee for putting together the budget and working with Jen and everyone else. So we'll start with our finance chair and public safety chair, Councilman Sherdo.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I definitely want to thank CFO Jen Stillman and her finance team for all the hard work that's put into the budget. It's a year-round process, and it's always a moving target. Just want to thank everybody up here for all of their input into the budget this year. It's never an easy process, but done right, it shouldn't be easy. It should be a little difficult going back and forth. But again, I am proud that we're doing a municipal increase of about $5.33 a month. And for that, we're able to continue all the momentum. Councilman maybe mentioned about more paving. Last 2 years, we've, through these small, stable increases, we paved 50 streets over the last 2 years, improved our facilities, and provided top-notch public safety service, which leads into the next topic. Tomorrow, the Kinnelon municipality will be accepting their new fire tanker. Again, all these purchases are made possible through these small, stable increases. This purchase will save us approximately $100,000 to $150,000 through a different way we purchased this through doing a stock tanker. And this will replace a 34-year-old piece of apparatus, so desperately needed within our community. This week is National Police Week, so I want to thank our chief and all of our hardworking police officers throughout the municipality. And if you want to be just like them, don't forget to sign up for our Junior Police Academy. There are a couple more spots open, so please, if you're interested, if you have a child that's interested, please stop at the dispatch desk and pick up an application. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Councilman. All right, we'll move on to ordinance. Council President Harris.
Thank you, Mayor. So the ordinance committee has been working on several ordinances. We're going to be both voting on and introducing several tonight. We're voting on 3 ordinances to pave roads, make improvements around the borough, We have 2 budget-related ordinances, which we actually already voted on. We have an ordinance to authorize lead paint inspections in businesses and rental properties built before 1978. We have an ordinance amending our fire code enforcement. One to create regulations around filming in the borough. And the film ordinance was actually introduced last month, but unfortunately needs to be withdrawn because of my personal lapse in proofreading the document. So we will then reintroduce the ordinance under new business, which has been corrected. So we'll still have it, it's still gonna be alive, but we just had to withdraw the one we had so we could reintroduce the correct version. And we are also introducing, tonight we're gonna introduce 2 ordinances, one to, actually both of them are creating job positions here in the borough and redefining them. And we're, like I said, we're going to be reintroducing the film ordinance. And as a preview to something we discussed and voted on at our last meeting, I'd like to come and make a small presentation to the public. I apologize to Councilman Hayden because I'm going to put this screen away. This was already made to council at our last council meeting. If anybody wants to come down and see, they're welcome to. Of course, I missed the screen. Oh, it's slid. It'll take me just a minute to power this up. And I'm going to need there we go. All right, so we currently here in Kinnelon have a Veterans Memorial. That those of you at home, watching at home, and those of you here probably know that it's out under the flagpole in front of Borough Hall, and it has reached a state of disrepair. And I want to give you a little background on what we've been trying to do. And we've talked about this throughout the course of the evening, but what we've been trying to do in the last 3 years on council is to address and maintain or replace capital investments that the borough has made for the functionality of the borough and for the benefit of our residents. And some of the things that we've done are replace the septic system on Bruton Avenue ball fields. We're in the process. It cuts off right here. If you want to just drag it for 2 seconds. Just tiny little bit. And well, that should be right there. That's it. Because there's nothing really. Oh, you're talking about cameras? Okay, cameras, I think. Oh, yeah. Okay. That means I'm gonna have to reorient the. Oh, God.
You can use the mic over there for those who are zooming, because I can never hear you when you do these things.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna hear it.
You miss a lot of stuff. That'd be great.
Okay. All right. So I'll try and talk louder for those of you that are like me that have a little trouble hearing.
You just gotta go on this side. I can't push the buttons. I'll push the buttons. Okay.
I push the buttons no matter what.
You do. All right, so, So we're in the process of renovating the tennis courts down the, very soon going to be finished down the Boonton Avenue ball field. We've replaced the water tower on Denise Drive, installed water and sewer lines to KRP, replaced the roof for the library and Borough Hall, increased the pace and scope of repaving here in the borough. And we're doing a considerable focus, as we heard tonight from Joe, on the stormwater drainage issues. We actually had an engineer looking at that. And so we're trying to address these things. And we do that out of a very conservative fiscal management of what the budget is, what the taxes that we are collecting, okay? And one of the last things I'll mention is that we're in an ongoing process of replacing outdated fire equipment, the fire apparatus. So, Mr. Chirdo. So, this is our current Kinnelon Veterans Memorial. And if we hit the next slide, you'll notice the reason that we're considering addressing this is because it is in a real state of disrepair. If you'll notice, the bricks are spalling. There's effervescence on the bricks. There's decay happening here. We're losing bricks. It's literally yeah, not yet, not yet. So the thing is just in bad shape. And I understand, we all understand that this is not a critical capital expenditure. This is not something that, like paving a road or replacing the water tank or anything like that, that we absolutely have to do because it will, be a detriment to the community. However, I personally think this is more important because what this memorial does is it honors the men and women of Kinnelon that have died in the service of our country, and it also honors, there are plaques on this memorial for individuals who died in the 9/11 attacks, and those people deserve to be honored, those people deserve to be remembered, and those people, I believe, deserve to be remembered in a way that says to them, you are important to us. You're not just an afterthought. This particular memorial was put in, I believe, when the building was built, and it's frankly, we're not able to maintain it as it is. We looked into how much it would cost to refurb this particular thing 5 years ago. Then council decided that it wasn't something that they wanted to put any money into, and it's just gotten worse. So we're at a point where this is another can that this council doesn't want to kick down the road any farther. And so we are looking into replacing this, Mr. Chirdo. This is what the current memorial looks like from the road. It's, to use a sort of strange word, it's underwhelming. You look at, when you go by Borough Hall, and you look at Borough Hall, you see a flagpole with bushes under it. It doesn't say memorial. It doesn't say we value the people that lived and died for our country or for Kinnelon. So something we're proposing is a new memorial. This would be phase 1 of what we've proposed. This is essentially 4 slabs of granite that are mounted on footers and a hardscape circle with plantings in the middle and 2 benches. We have been discussing this project probably now for at least 3 months, possibly 4 months, first in committee and then in the council at large, and going through several designs. We contacted monument companies and had their input, and so we came to this design as a compromise. It's something that we thought that we could afford. However, we're not trying to use taxpayer money to accomplish this. What we would like to do is we'd like to accomplish this through donations from the community. So this is phase 1. Phase 2, this would be phase 2. And what that does is it removes the central planting and puts in a granite base with 3 figures, 3 bronze figures, and which one of those figures is a soldier. We have a police officer, and we have a firefighter, and then this is an EMT bag. So basically what we're doing is trying to not only honor the people that have served in our military, but honor the people that on a daily basis protect us here in Kinnelon. So expanding the scope of this memorial. Phase 1, we talked about in our last council meeting, and we approved funding to move forward. However, the goal is not to use that funding. We know that we have to do this eventually for the sake of the community, for the sake of the beautification of our town. However, what we would prefer to do is to not spend tax money, but spend donations. So the first phase, if we went, well, you can't, can you go backwards, Anthony? Okay. So that would be first phase. What we're hoping is that we can actually get this installed for Veterans Day in November. It'd be an aggressive fundraising campaign, but I think anything is possible. As of last Thursday night, we had a commitment of $850. By the next day, we had $7,850. So just in the course of the overnight, we had a verbal commitment for $7,850 toward this. We are, the estimate for this memorial was roughly $40,000. So we think that that's a doable thing. If we are planning on doing phase 2, it's because of their bronze statues, it's a much more aggressive price tag. And right now I am looking to find the most cost-efficient solution for these. At one point, a figure of $260,000 was thrown out, but that is something that we feel that is not at all doable. More like something that's from half to 2/3 of that. It was probably what we were hoping that this would come in for. But again, if this is not something that that the community is interested in funding, then we can just stay with phase 1. So, does anyone here have any questions? Sir?
I have 2.
Good.
First of all, it's a beautiful memorial. I mean, the design is lovely.
Yeah.
I don't know if any women were amongst them, you know, were they in the street? Have they been policewomen in town? But if there were any women, then you really need to...
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I neglected to say that we are looking at the possibility of making the firefighter a female figure. Well, we have one actually sitting right in the back, Gail Brissett, Glenn Sisko's daughter, and also she has been a chief here in Kinnelon. She's obviously been a firefighter. To get to chief, you have to be a firefighter, and she is the current president of the Kinnelon Volunteer Fire Company. So there is precedent. We had another member, female member, so yes. And so that is being considered.
And the second question is, the municipal building appears to be in great shape for brick.
Right.
I would wonder why that went so deteriorated.
And
was it, they did it on the cheap, or what caused all of that? Because
well,
I'm just trying to avoid a problem like that in the future.
I have a possible answer for that. Okay. The fact that the buildings are heated, and there's heat that moves through the building and drives out the moisture in the outside bricks is probably one reason why this particular, it's the same exact brick. So it has to be something to do with the conditions that the brick are under. And I would say it's about heat and cold.
Well, you may, but I think you should ask an engineer about that.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter because we're not going to replace it.
Right.
And that's why, Eric, I think you're working with the marbles.
Yeah, so we had considered, redoing the slabs, actually more like columns out of the same brick so that it matched the surrounding. But we were told that that's a really bad idea and that we should consider going with granite.
I have a third question.
You want to get two? Somebody else? No, go ahead.
Wait. Can we save some of that brick and maybe use it for a future project rather than just, I'm a recycler, I don't waste things. So.
Well, that would be dependent upon, I guess, the DPW and how they remove this and whether or not there's.
They all want to do it the easy way. You have to be conscious about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we'll look into it. We'll definitely look into it.
Take a look at the hotel on Route 17. It's not that old, but it was demolished.
Right.
So that's what happens nowadays.
All that brick gets crumbled up into recycled aggregate and gets reused.
That's nice, but we might, I mean, if there's a project in the wind, we might want to save some.
Well, you look at the condition of most of that brick, and I don't know that we would want to hold on to it because it's in such bad shape. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. But anyway, so any other questions that anyone might have? No? Okay, so thank you for your time. What's that?
Nice job.
What's that?
Where's that?
Yeah, you want that one?
Well, that's nice looking back.
That's a nice looking bed. We're not gonna throw it away. Don't worry. It's not gonna get ruined. Oh, and one thing I forgot to say actually was that one of the fundraising opportunities is going to be these bricks. So we're going to be doing a sidewalk out of these bricks, and you can. I wish I actually said that before. Bricks, or you can purchase these bricks, and then we'll also be accepting larger donations, and larger donors will have their name put on a plaque.
Bricks for brick. Councilman, is that the end of your report?
That is it.
Job well done. Very,
Sorry that took so long.
I know you designed the whole thing and put that together at our last presentation, so thank you for your hard work.
You're very welcome.
Okay, we're gonna move on to personnel. Councilwoman Frank.
For personnel, we welcome the appointment of Jason Rienzo to the Kinnelon Volunteer Fire Company. Also, last week, I was able to represent the council and attend the multi-generational prom at Kinnelon High School. This yearly gathering honors our community, the seniors. It basically pairs up the current high school seniors with them. It's a great opportunity to connect the young with the young at heart. So, fantastic time. They basically showcased some musical performances, dance, and everyone had a great time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. All right, move on to coordinating, Councilman Reckler. I'm sorry, OEM and coordinating.
Good evening. Memorial Day services are at hand. We had a little snafu in regards to the music. So the mayor had a good idea. I asked my son, and there's a student at KHS that that belts them out a cappella. So we're gonna have some music from Anthony Manna. I promised I'd mention him tonight on Facebook. So hello, Anthony, and thank you for stepping up. He's gonna give the he's gonna sing a cappella the Star Spangled Banner, and then also do America the Beautiful to end the night. Our keynote speaker is gonna be the commander of the VFW, Wayne Stein, Afghanistan, and then he came back in after 9/11 and went to Iraq as well. Or actually, that was the other way around. He went to Iraq first, and then was out, and then 9/11 happened. He came back in and went to Afghanistan. So speaking of the VFW is going to have a barbecue on Memorial Day at 12 o'clock, and the entire community and all the staff members from Kinnelon are invited. It is a sacred day for the military, and we treat it as our Christmas, our Easter, our Hanukkah, our Ramadan, all rolled into one very solemn day, and very we reflect on that day, and it's the reason that we have a 3-day weekend. Onto the OEM. I've been to, I've talked to the library people, our friends over at the library, and to start off with a little bit of orientation for the community, I'm going to be giving a threats to the homeland briefing at the library, and give it to the community. I invite the council to come attend and see really what the battlefield looks like for the threats to the homeland, from EMPs to cyber to HVEs, which are homeland violent extremists, to one of my big concerns, active shooters. And we kind of changed the battle rhythm of the night's evening, so I had planned to talk about why I was going to vote no on the budget, so I'll discuss that now. So the first was the ordinance to raise the cap. So I'm vehemently opposed to that. I voted no. The gentleman that spoke tonight about the budget talked about rainy day funds. I'm truly a Reagan Republican at heart, and the government, and I'll paraphrase this, the government that governs best governs least. So what I'd like to do is try to limit the government and stop the idea of OPM, other people's money. I want to spend each dollar as though it's mine. And so to give another bit of money into the budget, I didn't see the reason for that. Overall, why I voted no for the budget is we just can't sustain 2.5%, 2%, around that. In the next 10 years, our taxes will have gone up another 25%. I understand that it's only 20% of your total tax bill. You know, the school system is a huge amount, and last I heard they were going to have $64 million in capital expenditures. When I moved here, and Councilman Lewis brought this up about we're the 31st or 32nd town worst in New Jersey. Well, I moved here at the time New Jersey, it's either NewJersey.com or New Jersey Magazine had a report about Kinnelon schools being the third best in the state. That has fallen extreme from the time that I moved in 2015. So add that to being the 30 worst towns for taxes. What is that going to do to our tax base? What is it going to do to our people that live here? So we're going to sustain some serious macro financial headwinds. We see that coming, and we had a chance to hold the line on the budget. We were $324,000 away, I think was the figure that was given. And if I'm $10,000 or $20,000 off, please excuse me. But let me be clear. I voted no in aggregate, which means I voted no for the budget. I'm still going to vote yes for anything that has to do with, say, public safety. Public safety is sacrosanct, right? That's what government does best. We protect our people. So there's going to be, for example, we just got the tanker. Excellent purchase. Vote yes. I'd vote yes 20 times for that. But we need a better process in our budget. It shouldn't be just one committee. We should, all 7 of us up here should be involved. And I'm going to push for that going the next year. But I congratulate and thank my fellow councilmen for working to get this accomplished. One of the citizens said, you know, it's democracy in progress. It's good governance. To have a little bit of dissension back and forth, and we're just not aligned fundamentally. But I'll be here for 3 years. You can expect another no vote next year if it's an increase, and I dare to, I'm sorry, Councilman, am I interrupting you? I'm daring to say next year, maybe a tax decrease, right? So there's the first shot fired. By the way, Denville raised their taxes 0.7%. So we were in the ballpark, but we missed. So that was why I kind of lost my my thunder, because it was going to be before the vote, but that was why I voted no tonight. That's my report, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to thank you for Memorial Day. I will be away on Memorial Day. My wife booked a surprise trip for us, so we're off to Florida to see her brother. And I thank Councilman Reckler for taking over the Memorial Day services, so thank you. And I'm a big Anthony Manna fan, so.
Yeah, that was your idea.
You're in good hands.
No. So thank you, Anthony, once again.
Do you accept the question?
Sure.
Because it relates to it. I totally agree with you. It is a very solemn day and should be treated as such. So I don't feel, and people of all political parties observe the day. So I don't really feel parties should be campaigning on that day on their site.
Who said they were?
I'm not saying they are.
Oh, okay.
But I have seen in the past, political parties here, or representatives of political parties here, and I've wondered how they got here. I mean, that's fine, but have they been invited, only them invited? And if there is an invitation that goes out at all.
I can tell you that I'm in charge of the day, and I put a invitation out to Assemblyman or Assemblywoman Ora Dunn, and I put out an invitation to, I put out an invitation to Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill, because I work with Willie Tolba, who's their military. So it is not a political day, so thank you for saying that. It is solemn, and there should be no political wrangling or any activity that day.
Okay, thank you. We'll now move on to Recreation and Open Space. Councilman Lewis.
Thank you, Mayor. Always look forward to my report. I had the pleasure of attending my first open space meeting this week. They discussed ongoing renovations to the museum, as well as their recent townwide cleanup held last Saturday. It was fantastic collaboration with Joe Noosi and the DPW. About 25 people showed up to clean Kickout Road down to the Petco. Thanks again for the hard work and effort put forth from our DPW, always out there supporting whatever we do. The Open Space Committee spoke about initiatives of the people here for a dog park, a community garden, and a townwide composting facility. They think maybe that would alleviate some of the garbage in the town. We had a townwide composting. So definitely some interesting people at the Open Space meeting. They brought up something that maybe a survey is needed. So, Jim, you alluded to, you want a dog park, maybe other people don't, but I think there's more of a push for a dog park than we know. And so, I don't know, we did a townwide survey with, I think it was Mandela, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ron Mandela was a councilman, and I think it was well received. But, so, as a council, what do we know up here with what the people want? We're just, we're guessing. So, I mean, kind of opened my eyes when I went to the open space meeting, and these folks definitely, they're organized. People showed up here tonight for the same thing. So, there's a push out there for some things. So it was nice to be there. They're also looking to hold a National Cleanup Day on September 20th, and they spoke about advertising better what they do. I promised to help them with that, and I told them I'd bring up the survey plan. The food pantry. So I'm definitely trying to put eyes on this food pantry. Once again, the food pantry, they call it the Kinnelon Food Pantry. And it's at the Church of the Nazarene in Butler. And it's doing well. So a big thanks from Pastor Chuck. We're seeing a rise in recent donations. The list of items that is needed is posted on the town website. And I want to thank everyone that's making an effort, to drop off food down there. They have a box outside that you can drop off when you leave the Stop and Shop or come back that way. So really nice job putting that food pantry back on the map. Now my K report, we'll start with K Fresh. K Fresh Farmers Market is going to start up on June 2nd. Please come out and support our local vendors. K Fest, mark your calendars for September 27th. See Melanie if you want to sponsor something. We're actively looking for sponsors. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be bands, food trucks, a beer garden, lots of games for kids this year, and of course fireworks at the close. K Cares. Okay, K Cares is Camelot, and it seemed like it was going down. It was going nowhere, but it seems like we're between Karen and the mayor and myself this week. We're kind of resurrecting that. We're having people are coming up to me, in support of some things. The chief asked me for help with some shirts for, I think it was the DARE program, and a couple other for special needs. So there is a need for this, and it's not as big as a monster as everybody's making it out to be. So we're going to get that resurrected. The library, I'm thinking we're gonna have to do a quarterly review just to keep up with the good things that our library is doing. It's never ceases to amaze me. If you're unaware, the library offers museum passes to Kinnelon Library cardholders with free entry to area museums such as the American Museum of Natural History, the Intrepid, the Guggenheim, Museum of Modern Art, the Montclair Art Museum, and more. So if you haven't got your library card, I encourage everyone to get their library card, because there's some really good things happening over there at that library. So, again, it never ceases to amaze me. Spring sports, I mean, other than the weather, there's been a lot of rain, so they're trying to get their games in, but it's really going good, the spring sports, so nothing much there. The summer camp, very close to being sold out. Again, a very popular event here, and good. Pretty much that's my report. I just want to mention one thing to the town. We do have an election coming up, and I just want to make sure that Kinnelon gets out there to vote. I think it's important. The primary is June 10th, is a Tuesday. Take advantage of early voting, June 3rd through June 8th down in Luton, on Powell Road down in Luton. So really try to just get Kinnelon out to vote. Very important this time around. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, great report, thank you.
Mayor, I have one more.
Sure, good.
One more thing I forgot to mention. I had mentioned last month about the busing situation with the students for all of the grades in the borough. There's a lot of questions coming up as to what they're going to do next year. We did receive an invitation today on our emails. All the parents, I encourage you to check your email in case you missed it. They are asking you to log on to the parent portal and designate whether or not you plan to utilize the busing. You have to go to each of your children separately and designate it yes or no. Please do not forget to do this, because it's like one of those things. If you do not use it, we could lose it, and we don't want to lose it. It's very important to a lot of people in this town to have the busing. So once again, go to your parent portal, log in for each child, and please designate your wishes for the future for the busing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're now open it to the public. Anybody from the public want to be heard? Good, okay. We'll close it to the public. Payment of bills, everyone has seen the bills. Can I get a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Maybe?
Yes.
Councilman Shergo?
Yes.
Councilman Harris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Frank?
Yes.
Councilman Redford?
Yes.
Councilman Lewis?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Consent agenda, I'd like to just pull out the proclamation that's on here first and do that one separate. It's a proclamation for 56th Annual Professional Municipal Clerks Week. Karen told me do not bring this up in public, so that's why I'm bringing it up in public. So the cool part is the end where I get to say, therefore, I, James Frieda, Mayor of the Borough of Kinnelon, do recognize the week of May 4th through the 10th as Professional Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our professional municipal clerk, Karen M. Bewley. And to all the other clerks out there, blah, blah, blah. So with that being said, because you told me not to embarrass you.
I believe you were asked to speak as part of this proclamation.
Got you some flowers. It's tough getting money out of these guys. And some Werther's Originals that you know you love. So thank you very much for all your hard work for us.
Thank you.
And for keeping this group out of trouble.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now we need resolution A through, well, including that as well, because you guys have to approve that. So we have proclamation for professional clerk all the way down to I, approval of the minutes. So I have a motion to approve all the consent agenda.
Make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There we go. Anybody against? Okay, payment of school tax,
Make a motion.
$3,510,791. Need a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Okay, pay to school. Treasurer's report.
The treasurer's report indicates he started out in cash on hand as of March 31st, 2025, in the amount of $10,380,654.22. Receipts for the month of April total $2,385,040.74, with disbursements amounting to $4,690,921.67. The new balance on hand as of April 30th, 2025 was $8,074,773.29. The tax collector's report during the month of April 2025, the tax collector's office processed a total of $2,724,982.75. Investments officer's report, a total of $38,871.41 was earned in interest for the month of April 2025.
Okay, thank you. All right, now we're gonna do old business, so buckle up, people, here we go. All right, ordinance number 02-2025. It's an ordinance amending the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Kinnelon to amend section 137.1. It is titled Inspections Required. This ordinance was introduced last at our meeting held on April 17, 2025. The proper notice was published as required by law. A copy was posted on the municipal bulletin board, and additional copies were made to the public. This meeting is now open to anyone who would like to speak on ordinance 2-2025. Hearing none, I will now close the meeting and bring it back to the dais. Does anyone on the council wish to speak at this time? Okay, I need a motion to adopt ordinance 2-2025.
Make a motion.
In second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Navy?
Yes.
Councilman Trudeau?
Yes.
Councilman Harris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Frank?
Yes.
Councilman Lewis?
Yes.
Councilman Butler?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now we're on to ordinance 3-2025. This is a bond ordinance providing for the improvement of South Glen Road and the municipal complex parking lot in and by the Borough of Kinnelon in the county of Morris, New Jersey, appropriating $1.2 million, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,180,500 in bonds or notes for the borough for financing such appropriations. This ordinance was introduced last at our meeting on April 17, 2025. The proper notice was published as required by law. A copy was posted on a municipal bulletin board, and additional copies were made available to the public. This meeting is now open to the public. Would anybody like to speak on ordinance 3-2025? Hearing none, I will now close it to the public and bring it back to the dais. Does anyone in the council wish to speak at this time? Okay, I need a motion to adopt ordinance 3-2025.
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay, I need a fast roll call.
Councilman Navy?
Yes.
Councilman Trudeau?
Yes.
Councilman Harris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Frank?
Yes.
Councilman Lewis?
Yes.
Councilman Reichler?
Yes.
Bravo. Ordinance number 4-2025. It's a bond ordinance providing for the improvement of various roads in and by the Borough of Kinnelon in County of Morris, New Jersey, appropriating $575,000, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $543,000 bonds or notes of the borough for financing such appropriations. This ordinance was introduced last at our meeting held on April 17, 2025. The proper notice was published as required by law. A copy was posted on the municipal bulletin board, and additional copies were made available to the public. This meeting is now open to the public. Would anybody like to speak on ordinance 4-2025? Air conditioning went off. I hear none. I will now close this meeting to the public and bring it back to the dais. Does anyone on the council wish to speak at this time? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to adopt ordinance 4-2025.
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Councilman Navy?
Yes.
Councilman Trudeau?
Yes.
Councilman Harris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Frank?
Yes.
Councilman Lewis?
Yes.
Councilman Reichler?
Yes.
Okay, now we have ordinance 5-2025, another bond ordinance providing for the improvement of the East Lake section by the Borough of Kinnelon in the County of Morris, New Jersey, appropriating $1.5 million, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,416,500 in bonds or notes of of the Borough for financing such appropriations. This ordinance was introduced last at our meeting on April 17, 2025. The proper notice was published as required by law. A copy was posted on the municipal bulletin board, and additional copies were made available to the public. This meeting is now open to anyone who would like to speak on Ordinance 5-2025. Hearing none, I will now close this meeting to the public and bring it back to the dais. Does anyone on the council wish to speak?
Yes.
Councilman Maybe.
Obviously, in our workshop, we had our engineer, Tom Barati, come in and give us an overview and a layout of his thought process and the amount of work he had to put in to try to come up with some resolve to the issues that we have in that area. We also heard from Mr. Barry Costanza, who comes from a very long-term construction background, as well as a town planning engineer and an inspector for Bourbon County. Through the past week, we've had conversation. I'm going to be taking a visit with Joe Niosi tomorrow to do some further site visits and some reconnaissance. There's some thought process that obviously with some of the numbers we heard, they're astronomical. So we're going to look at this from a different angle through recommendations through Mr. Costanza, and also some other things through field observation. So there was a thought process that we're not sure about this particular bond, but I think it's wise. Right now, I was on the area over there, and the water just literally runs down the street. And I'll share the video, and I know, Mr. Mayor, you've already seen the videos. The people are really, have to deal with a real problem over there. So I honestly feel this ordinance is extremely important. Our goal is to get it less than that. So that's what we're working on.
I just wanted to also, so just so everybody knows, so when we talk about the bond, we just rattled up a large number. So what's not bonded is roughly 5%. So that came out to about $166,000, which is what we do fund through our operating budget. So in the budget that we passed tonight, $166,000 in that budget does go to making these bonds happen, because we do have to put in 5% down payment. So just to put it into perspective, municipal budget increased roughly about $300,000. 166, you could say, is applied towards all these improvements.
Anyone else? Okay, I need a motion to adopt ordinance 5-2025.
Make motion.
Yeah. Second. Okay, roll call, please.
Councilman Maybe?
Yes.
Councilman Trudeau?
Yes.
Councilman Harris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Frank?
Yes.
Councilman Lewis?
Yes.
Councilman Redford?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 6-2025, it's an ordinance to add chapter 125 to the code of the Borough of Kinnelon entitled Filming. A recommendation from our ordinance chair that it's tabled. I need a motion and to second to table it. I have a motion. Motion by the chair, second by Mr. Maybe. Roll call, please.
Councilman Maybe?
Yes.
Councilman Trudeau?
Yes.
Councilman Harris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Frank?
Yes.
Councilman Lewis?
Yes.
Councilman Redford?
Yes.
Okay, that is tabled. Then we're moving on to F, which is 7. Okay, an ordinance amending chapter 123 of the code of the Borough of Kinnelon titled Fire Prevention Bureau, and that's ordinance number 7-2025. This ordinance was introduced last at our meeting held on April 17, 2025. The proper notice was published as required by law. A copy was posted on the municipal bulletin board, and additional copies were made available to the public. This meeting is now open to anyone who would like to speak on ordinance 7-2025. Anybody from the public? Hearing none, I will now close the meeting to the public and bring it back to the dais. Does anyone on the council wish to speak at this time? I need a motion to adopt 7-2025.
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Maybe?
Yes.
Councilman Trudeau?
Yes.
Councilman Harris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Frank?
Yes.
Councilman Lewis?
Yes.
Councilman Redford?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll move on to new business. It's introduction of ordinance number 9-2025, an ordinance adding a new section 4-41 to chapter 4 of the Borough Code to be titled Borough Clerk Assistant. I need a motion to introduce.
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Okay, whereas the above ordinance was introduced at this meeting held on May 15, 2025, and read by title and passed on first reading, now therefore be resolved that the regular meeting be held on June 19, 2025, at 7 p.m. prevailing time at the Kinnelon Municipal Building. This council will further consider for second reading and final passage of the said ordinance. Be it further resolved that the borough clerk of this borough is hereby directed to publish proper notice thereof. Okay, now I have ordinance 10-2025. It's an ordinance adding a new section 4-40 to chapter 40 of the Borough Code to be titled Tax/Utility Clerk. I need a motion to introduce.
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Hearing none. Whereas the above ordinance was introduced at this meeting held on May 15th and read by title and passed on first reading, now therefore be it resolved that the regular meeting to be held on June 19th, 2025 at 7 p.m. prevailing time at the Kinnelon Municipal Building. This council will further consider for second reading and final passage of the said ordinance. Be it further resolved that the borough clerk of this borough is hereby directed to publish the proper notice thereof. Okay, last one is ordinance number 11-2025. It's an ordinance to add chapter 125 to the code of the Borough of Kinnelon entitled Filming. I need a motion to introduce.
Make motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Hearing none. Whereas the above ordinance was introduced at this meeting held on May 15, 2025, and read by title and passed on first reading. Now therefore be resolved the regular meeting be held on June 19, 2025 at 7 p.m. prevailing time at the Kinnelon Municipal Building. This council will further consider for second reading and final passage of the said ordinance. Be it further resolved that the borough clerk of this borough is hereby directed to publish proper notice thereof. We have an appointment, the Kinnelon Volunteer Fire Company, as Councilwoman Frank mentioned, Jason Rienzo. Do I have a motion to appoint?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Welcome, Jason, be safe.
What company?
One.
Present representative.
I just looked at it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the end of our meeting. Anybody else have anything before we adjourn? All right, I need a Glenn Cisco motion to adjourn.
Make motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Let's go Colts. That was a good one.
That's good.
That's fine.